Donald Trump has agreed to a last-minute meeting with President Volodymyr Zelensky despite repeatedly criticizing him on the U.S. campaign trail. The Republican presidential nominee told a news conference that the Ukrainian leader will visit Trump Tower on Friday, just days after Trump criticized him for refusing to make a deal with Moscow. The former U.S. president appears to have changed his mind after earlier reports from his campaign said a meeting between the two was extremely unlikely. The pair have endured a tumultuous relationship. Trump was impeached in 2019 over accusations that he pressured Zelensky to dig up damaging information on the Biden family. A rough transcript of the call revealed Trump had urged Zelensky to investigate Biden, as well as Biden's son. Since Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, Trump has frequently repeated Moscow's talking points about the war. During September's presidential debate, he sidestepped a question on whether he wanted Ukraine to emerge victorious in the conflict. Announcing the meeting with the Ukrainian leader, Trump repeated his long-standing claim that he would be able to make a deal between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Zelensky quite quickly. But the former president declined to delve into the specifics of his plan. He also refused to elaborate when asked whether he believes Ukraine should cede territory to Russia as a means of ending the war. "It's a shame what's happening in Ukraine, so many deaths, so much destruction. It's a horrible thing," Trump told reporters in New York on Thursday. Friday's meeting comes amid tension between Zelensky and the Republican Party ahead of November's U.S. presidential election. Some Republicans were angered by Zelensky's visit to an arms factory in Biden's hometown of Scranton, Pennsylvania, with top Democrats, including State Governor Josh Shapiro, earlier this week. Zelensky's trip to the key swing state was labeled by leading Republicans as a partisan campaign event. In a public letter, Speaker of the U.S. House Mike Johnson said the visit was designed to help Democrats and claimed it amounted to election interference. Trump has grown increasingly critical of continued U.S. funding for Ukraine and in recent days has sharpened his attacks against Zelensky, calling him the greatest salesman on earth. In contrast, Zelensky recently told the New Yorker magazine that he believes Trump doesn't really know how to stop the war. When asked about Zelensky's comments on Thursday, Trump replied, "I do believe I disagree with him. He doesn't know me." On Thursday, Zelensky met U.S. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris at the White House to discuss his victory plan, which he hopes will pressure Russia into agreeing a diplomatic end to the war. Hours before, Biden had announced a further $7.9 billion, £5.9 billion package of military assistance to Ukraine. As Zelensky visited the U.S., drone attacks continued in Ukraine. On Thursday night, 3 people were killed and 14 others wounded in a Russian drone attack on Izmail, a port city on the river Danube. Russia has targeted Izmail's grain export facilities in the past. However, prosecutors say 2 boys, aged 3 and 13, and a girl aged 14 were among those wounded in the latest attack. Romania's defense ministry said it was possible that one of the Russian drones involved in the attack had crossed the border into Romania, a NATO member state, for a very short period. Subscribe to our channel for more updates.